In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there's no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand open and an open heart. 'Twill be remiss in me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth, we shall not be long away from Bestways Burrow. Difficult decisions must need be made in the coming days. I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Etheris. To make clear our resolute resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. A carrot? Ah, an abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Numo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic required considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Urianger remains fixated on his work. There. It is done. A magic ink, every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the Numo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will appreciate. Green, Urianger. Oh, thank goodness. Although you haven't eaten or perhaps fallen into a crater. Who is this, Thancred? Nope, that's the living way. That's the living way.
Ishtola has been looking all over for you, Green. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She was also quite clear she wishes to speak with Green alone, which means, I'm afraid, you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestaway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would ever be so grateful if you could lend us a hand.
That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient.
Are you insinuating I would betray the trust of Heidel's Chosen? Or worse, do anything to risk getting on Ishtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed nor made to wait. Now off with you!
Worry not, Green. I shan't be long. Ah, Green. We thought you'd be away for a far longer. I was told you needed me for something. A dire emergency. I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? Well, what's the rush? I was just thinking we should wait here and maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. You could try using these balls of mouse flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Moose? Yeah, moose. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. When you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but it proves effective. He was here in Greatest Endwalker when last I saw him. Let us split up and find him. Unassuming Loporrit! Okay, I just wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah, running away is actually truly running.
Yeah, but they were
He
also
comes from
running.
the left side right
Yeah.
at the start.
Yeah, that's what I saw it the first time. I just wanted to know what would happen if I just threw her at an unassuming Loporrit.
I thought you already did that.
Yes, but then I saw a second person running around. Yes, it must be this one. Come on. Ugh. There we go.
Yay.
Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of mouse flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As we got time to look into the final days and there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loporrit around here. Less probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's too funny to go around telling people I'm an expert. They better hope that I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what about Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? He has to deliver a package. On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time we better spend lending Urianger a hand. What? Now, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Living Way I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loporrits are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think it best we play along. For now, at least. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing Way. Enough. If you have not else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but... The moon was to be a perfect paradise for people of Aetheres, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we had to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw potential, so your others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake. What must be done? I fear you misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheres and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts may never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetheres will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see all the happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. Imagine their surprise when they find out that only Charlian signed up for the space trip. Be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. It's rabbit kicking day. Loporrits defeated. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late!
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we have met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
They get the big
A
pat on the
judicious
spot.
application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. what doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
It was a relief to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow Scions. When I next return to Aetheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Level up.
I'm not familiar at all with any of your skills.
Mostly just deal damage, hit things, deal damage in an area, and heal. And also mitigations. With the Loporrits in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the fate of their earthly collaborators, there's much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Gosh, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. We'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like to very much know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the distempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where and in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempest inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to offer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the Tempest be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Euless is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphinaud and Alisaie's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Gardermold? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received report that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porxia affords us so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for our ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Temper has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who would call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Loporrits? Well, you're not going to believe this. First we fought Zodiac. Then we made a bunch of rabbits. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We will also release your fellow scions to their present duties that they may return to Charlion. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldasian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. But one last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiac, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray, forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion have made an official proclamation. They denounced the Crown Prince and condemned his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and his continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Van Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's naught but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlian.